Everyone. This is Kimra Minuti, your friendly neighborhood intuitive ascension coach, joining you live this morning, impromptu, to talk about gut health. Okay. So I know it's super early and nobody knows that I'm on here. So while I'm going ahead and getting started, I'm just going to go ahead and sage the feed. Sage the feed this morning. Gonna sage your feed today. Clearing up the morning. So I'm just going to just unlimber your feed with that a little bit, my little sage song. Good morning. If you're on this morning, please hop on and say hello. Hello. Good morning, Svetlana. So this morning we're talking about gut health, guys. Okay. And I am going to take my glasses off because I can't see. All right. Perfect. Sweet. So gut health in the ascension process. What is it about? Good morning, Francesca. Bonjour, Farah. Coucou. You were up early with me, Farah. I saw you. Okay, so guys, let's talk about the real stuff that's going on, right? Why do so many people who are sensitives and empaths have gut health problems, right? Seems kind of weird, doesn't it? What's that about? I woke up at 3:11, Farah. Something was up. So, why do we all have gut health problems, guys? What's going on? Let me tell you my own personal story, right? So I threw up every day for almost 17 years, I think, almost 17 years, um, due to Gerd, due to anxiety, depression, just a lack of understanding of my body and how to properly treat this vessel, this avatar that we're in. And so the war of all of these things caused me to have severe digestive issues, right? And then a secondary layer to that is that here in the society, we have this fat shaming thing where, if you have weight on you, then that's your problem. You don't have any other health issues. It's just because you're fat, right? So that was like a secondary level of a problem that was going on. So, when I came into my awakening process, right, which is why I wanted to talk about gut health, all of a sudden I was struck with even greater levels of sensitivity to things. And I found myself like basically crippled from eating food. And then that was like another layer of anxiety because I couldn't figure out what I was going to eat. And if I did eat it, was it going to hurt me? And if it did hurt me, what was going to be a substitute for it? Right. So this is another level of the awakening ascension process that people don't really talk about or really think about, but it's really important. Okay. And that's because your gut actually sends signals to your heart and your brain and your nervous system and everywhere else in your body to help regulate you so that you're able to function, right? And the problem with society right now is that we look at the human in chunks, like especially in American healthcare. You have to go see a specialist for every section of your body, but there's nobody that deals with the entire package. It's really backwards because these different specialists don't even speak to each other. So then they're not even coordinating your care so that the whole human is being treated. It's very stressful. Okay. So that's kind of like anti the way that you want to work on it. So, me in my coaching practice, the way that I work with people is I help target their gut health. Why? Because if you've got brain fog, if you're vomiting every day, if you're nauseous, right? All of these things are exhausting. Like you can't honestly focus and function and be your best self, right? Without without actually like being able to have these functions. And then another thing is like if you're a person who vomits on a regular basis, right? Um it takes time to recuperate from that. I don't know because I used to vomit all the time. So when I used to vomit, it'd be like an hour or two that I would be disoriented and groggy and like trying to like calibrate myself so that I could then talk to people, right? So so those are the things that I wanted you to look at when you're dealing with the awakening process. Oftentimes you will come awake. Like the reason that you wake up is because you're having some sort of health crisis, and it's usually related to your gut. So it's either IBS, okay? So it's either IBS, or it's, you've got GERD like I did, or you're like vomiting, or you've got, say, polyps, or you've got ulcers, or you've got, you see my daughter in the background. She's like doing all her gut health stuff this morning. So all of these things come into play. And the reason that you are being kind of afflicted by that, right, is that it's about your energy. Okay, so let's talk about your energy. And you're like, oh, my energy, what did I do? You didn't do anything. That's not what I mean. When I say your energy, I'm talking about your ability to sense and shift energy, right? And because you're sensitive to shifts in energies, you are then collecting them in your solar plexus, which is the chakra that innervates your gut. Okay. And so oftentimes when you are having like if you go see a spiritual healer, they're like, oh, you have solar plexus issues. And they'll tell you that's tied to your self-worth, your self-esteem, and your ability to be seen in the world. Right. And if you're having gut issues, you're not really showing yourself because you don't feel good, right? And you're always having to kind of figure out how you're going to navigate the day because your stomach hurts, or you might have to go to the bathroom suddenly, or you got to pee all the time, or all the things that honestly people don't want to talk about because there's quote unquote embarrassing, but it's a function of the human body, and it's a function of understanding your process as you go through the ascension, right? I always tell you guys that your triggers and your pathology, I'm trying to think of the word properly, your illnesses are the like breadcrumbs through your ascension pathway, right? As you start to look at what is making you sick, all right, as you look at what is making you sick, you have to go ahead and realize that these are things for you to address, not fight your body about, right? So your body is here and it's actually actively working to keep you alive. It's you and your disconnection from your body that is not understanding what your body wants. And then society has conditioned you to not pay attention to your body, or to read the symptomology in a way that makes you, the individual, the problem, not someone who can co-create with your body to heal yourself. Okay. I had to zone in for a second there. My daughter's in the kitchen and it's like distracting me, but it's all good. So what brings this up? What brings this up for me? Well, this morning I woke up at 3:11. In fact, I got up at 3:13, and my gut was doing the absolute max, right? And I was just like, but why? But why? What is going on? And then I was going through the process, and I had all of these things that I wanted to come and tell you guys this morning. And I had all these things lined up that I was supposed to do this morning. But you know what I did this morning? I went to the bathroom a lot. Yeah, I went to the bathroom a lot. I drank damn near a gallon of water in the last like 5 hours. I cooked a full breakfast at 6:15 in the morning, which I never do. I don't usually eat till like 1 o'clock, honestly. I mean, I took all my morning stuff, all my cleansing stuff, and was just like at 6:30, I was like, fuck it, I'm starving. And then cooked and then ate cereal and was like, yo, what is going on with this bottomless pit in my stomach? So I was like, you know what? Today must be the day that we're going to talk about gut health. If I can get my gut under control so I can get on this live and not have to use the bathroom, I'm going to share some shit with you. Okay. I'm going to share some shit with you. So that's what happened. I was like, damn, what is going on? But that's to say that there are times when you're going through the ascension process, right? After you're learning all this stuff, like we just went through one of the most intense Mercury retrogrades of my life ever. Like, I don't usually get that deeply affected by Mercury retros. This one dragged me through the motherfucking muck. And I'm like, ugh. And so when you go through deep integration like that, when you're going through a deep transformation, your body will often gain weight, right? Because you can't focus on anything while you're going through all of that emotional upheaval and triggers being removed and healing being done and processing and downloads and right, awakening, right? If you know what I'm talking about, hit the hit the heart button, right? So when you're going through all of this, you're not really focused on your food. You should be, but we weren't really trained to do it that way, so not so much. So when you feel guilty about things, or you feel shameful about things, or you're feeling stressed out about things, you eat to ground yourself. Okay. And then what that happens is oftentimes that can trigger a reaction in your body. Well, that is going to be like a rage fest, right? And then you're going to be like, damn, I shouldn't have eaten the cheese. I shouldn't have eaten the pizza. I shouldn't have had the macaroni. I shouldn't have had the whatever your triggers are with your foods, right? And you're like, damn. And then you start to beat yourself up about it. Don't do that. Don't. Just stop. Understand that your body is a self-regulating mechanism, and that you need to consciously be talking to your body and asking it like, yo, do I really need to eat this? Well, you know what, Teresa? I understand that. You've got IBS and your doctor wants you to test your gallbladder. I recommend, honestly, that you go get the test done. Go get the test done, because knowledge is power. Once you know, you can target any sort of healing ideas and concepts around what the testing tells you. You don't have to go to the next step, which usually their next step is, oh, we're going to just take it out. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that when you go to get tested, they're going to have to emergency rush you to get it taken out. So it's not to your advantage at all to wait. Just go get the test so that you're in the know, right? That's what I use doctors for, all their testing facilities. And then I go back to spirit, and then I engineer something better for myself from home, right? Like, so get to know the what you need, and then address it from an energetic perspective, right? So there's a book that I like to use called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes. I'm going to post it in the comments. Hold on one second. All right, so You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes. And that book is amazing, yo. Thank you, Celia. And so, like, you guys, you got to understand, You Can Heal Your Life speaks about the energetic perspective of where these things come from, right? Oftentimes, the pain that you're having is a sign. It's like a roadmap. That's what I was trying to say like 5 minutes ago. Your symptoms are a roadmap for your ascension, because they come from an energetic root. Now, when people use the law of attraction, they always tell you, oh, you're the one that attracted all these things to you. Yes and no. Oftentimes, there are past life things that are jammed into your genetics that are attracting to you in this lifetime for you to heal. Okay. So it's not that you actually attracted it. It's that this time you're the one strong enough to come squash that ancestral bullshit. Okay. So that's what is happening. The reason that many of us who are sensitive, like I said, are having reactions is because of the symptomology of the collective. Think about it. If your boundaries aren't in place, you're picking up the energies of the collective, the place you live in, the people you're around, the foods that you eat, the air that you breathe. Like, everything is energy, you guys. Everything, right? So if everything is energy, how are you not picking up on it? Like, you need to be aware of the fact that you are in a constant ebb and flow of broadcasting and receiving vibration from your surroundings. Now, some of us are more sensitive to certain types of energies. Some of us are less sensitive to certain types of energies. But either way, your gut is responsible for processing and transmitting and transmuting that information to you. So when it gets clogged up, so let's talk about the different parts that, make up your gut: your stomach, your esophagus. That's not technically but it's coming down from your throat chakra past your heart chakra, but that's where the Gerd rises up. And usually that's from like anger and shame and blocked up love, brokenheartedness, a lot of Gerd. I have a lot of brokenheartedness. Okay. I had a hiatal hernia, built up anger. Okay. These types of things. What else? So your liver would fall into that area for your gut. Okay. Your spleen, your gallbladder, pancreas. You got issues with diabetes, all these things, you guys, you want to look at what is the energy behind my disease process. And then if you can go to the root of that and deal with the energy, you can then affect miraculous results, right? Because modern science says once you have XYZ, there's no going back. And mind you, once you get to XYZ phase of your illness, you're not going to go back to like never been ill. You're not going to go that far back. You know what I mean? Some people have extremely miraculous results. That's based on your mindset and your spirit people and what they got running for you. But you can still gain control, reverse the process, and work with your body. If you work with your body, things get a lot easier. One of the first things I want you to do today is say to your body, like, let's just do it together. Let's do it now. Say, hey, body. Hey, body. I just want you to know that I'm on board. I just want you to know that I am 1000% willing to listen to the symptoms and symbols that you're giving me so that we can work together. Hey, body, thank you so much for helping me wake up, keeping me upright, and helping me stuff my face with things that aren't actually good for us. Hey, body, thanks for always trying to get me where I gotta go, even when I'm not on board. Hey, body, I love you. Thank you so much. I know you hurt today. I know you feel like a little crunchy sometimes. I know I haven't been the best to you. But I still want you to know I appreciate you, body. Thank you for how far you've gotten me today. And I hope that you know that I am going to try so much better to just love you more so that we can work through this. And it'll be easier for us, right? And things are going to get better. And it's not going to be overnight, but little bit by little bit, we're going to grow a little closer together and the pain is going to get a lot less and all will be well. Okay? That's what I want you to tell your body. And you don't have to use those exact words, guys. Make your own shit up. It's your body. Like, come on. I say the craziest things to my body, as you can tell. But it's extremely helpful. It's extremely helpful. And you know what else my body has given me? It's given me visions of what it thinks I want. And I'm like, oh, I like that idea. I was like, let's work towards that. Okay? Now, what are some things that I use to support my gut health? And I'm going to have to get off here in a few minutes because I have an appointment at 9:30. But real quick, let me tell you some of the products that I'm using to help support my gut health. I'm using something called BioCleanse and ProBio 5 by and Slim by Plexus. Those are amazing. I find that they're really good if you're trying to balance your gut flora. Their ProBio 5 really reduces candida. Too much candida in the body, which is a yeast, guys. Too much candida in the body causes all types of gut health issues, autoimmune issues, all of that. Liver detoxes are super helpful. Celery juice is really good for ridding your body of candida, and it's cheap. If you guys, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't have the budget for pills and cleanses and stuff like that. Well, guys, nature is healing, but you just got to be willing to go with the process, okay? Feel free to try some celery juice. Let's see. Teresa says she was doing some energy work on her solar plexus, just exploring inner child issues that most needed her attention and had a breakthrough. Yep. Yeah, that breakthrough will get you very far, but it's just time to touch on it again, guys. It's really time to touch on it again right now, okay? What else? Oh, I use Isogenic. So let me put this in here. And if you're interested in any of these products, guys, please reach out to me. I offer them to my clients when I do coaching with them, and then you're able to pick and choose the products that work for you. I give you suggestions, but I'm not here to sell you a product. I want you to understand that, right? I'm not here to sell you a product. I'm here for you to understand that your gut health is the key to your success, because when your gut is balanced and it's sending out the signals that you need it to, your cravings are less, your mind is focused, and you're less anxious. Period. Why? Because then your digestive system is doing what it's supposed to do. It's absorbing and releasing nutrients appropriately. When you have gut health issues, you can't absorb nutrients appropriately. And when you can't absorb nutrients appropriately, you have freaking anxiety and depression and all these other things because those mood disorders are directly linked to low levels of vitamin B, low levels of vitamin D, like high levels of cortisol, like all of these things are why people don't feel good. But modern medicine isn't going to tell you that it's in your gut. They're going to give you a pill. Heal yourself, heal the world. Okay? It starts with what you eat. It starts with what you drink. It starts with what you listen to, what you watch, who you're around, where you live. Everything is energy. Everything matters. Are you filtering and feeding your mind, your heart, and your gut the things you need to be successful? If you're not, that's okay. But today you might want to start. Just choose one little thing and start there. And if you need some help, send me a DM, guys. I always am happy to be of assistance to you. I've got room for some one-on-one clients coming up here. Got some nice stuff coming out. But for right now, I just want you to know I'm using Plexus also for gut health, and I'm using Isogenics for restorative health. Okay, so we'll talk about that another time. I do have to get going. Plexus and Isogenics. I love them both. You can look them up, and they are both really good science. Really, really good science because I'm really picky about things, of course, because my gut is like, so I'm super sensitive. I only drink pH 10 water and I'm like frou about the craziest things to other people. But realistically, when you look at me and you look at my skin and you guys go, wow, Kim, your skin looks really good and you're glowing and stuff. Well, dude, that's what it comes from. It comes from tending to my gut. It comes from tending to my spiritual health. And it comes from staying away from toxic ass peoples and environments. Like, legit, this is what I do. I don't watch a lot of bullshit. I don't listen to a lot of bullshit. And I like, what I did yesterday for a break? I watched My Little Pony, the wedding special. Like, you know what I mean? Like 30 minutes of just pure joy. Rainbows, ponies. Like, come on. That's how I keep myself looking young and happy and able to function and focus to be able to do things when life is not so joyful. Okay. And you can learn to do it too. Like, I want you to understand that I'm not really special in that. I'm just focused. And this is my path. My path is to help you guys understand that you're capable of taking on and doing all of these things yourself. Maybe you just need a little bit of help. Maybe you just need someone to guide you. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It takes a village, right? All right. I hope you guys all have a wonderful and blessed day, okay? Thank you so much. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.